precisely 1:15. This is the news on Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. News is edited by Nishan Tushara, read by Sabrina Zawahir. The headlines. The Prime Minister says that the government has not reduced social security benefits. Grade 5 scholarship examination will be held tomorrow. The Minister of Public Security orders police to take maximum measures against murders and drug trafficking. The tourist arrival in Sri Lanka crossed 30,000 mark in December. And in world news, Bangladesh celebrates 52nd Victory Day. And in sports is cricket, LPL. The 15th match between Dambulla Ora and Galle Gladiators will commence at 3 p.m. today. Now the local news in detail. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that the government has not reduced social security benefits. At the Economic Revival and National Food Security Galle District Progress Review meeting, the Prime Minister stated that after next March, a social security program will be implemented to cover most of the social security. The necessary information is currently being gathered. The Prime Minister requested the government officials not to hesitate to take the necessary decisions for the sake of public welfare. Mr. Gunawardena stated here that by moving the country forward on a national plan, the country can be handed over to the new generation. The Grade 5 scholarship examination will be held in 2,894 centres around the country on tomorrow. A special feature of this year's examination is that the students will receive the second question paper first. The examinations department said that candidates will not be issued admission card this time. Instead, the students have to place their signature on an attendance sheet. State Minister Ranjit Simbalapetia says an economic growth is expected next year, themes presented in the budget. He pointed out that a positive program for building the country has been presented in this year's budget. Its results can already be seen. People's commitment is essential to move the country forward. The State Minister also stressed the need to create a society with new attitudes. This news is brought to you by Sri Lanka Broadcasting Corporation. Continuing local news. The Minister of Public Security, Mr. Tiran Alice, has called the Inspector General of Police and other senior officers of the Police Department and instructed them to take maximum measures to combat murders and drug trafficking. The Minister ordered the senior police officers yesterday to take tough action against the persons involved in the crimes regardless of their status in order to control the catastrophic situation as murders and drug trafficking by organized criminal gangs have become a burden on the entire society. The Prime Minister's office said that Yangdong Industries Company Limited, one of the 10 leading companies in Korea, has invested $50 million in the establishment of a large-scale container manufacturing factory in Trincomalee. The chairman Hyung Seung-won and the vice chairman Kwang Won-shin of Yangdong Industries Company Limited met the Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena at the Prime Minister's office Wednesday and assured that the construction of the factory will be completed soon as the commencement production within the next 6 months. The factory will be established across 50 acres site in Trincomalee and the expected production is 10,000 containers per month. The company has already selected 32 welders from Sri Lanka to work initially in Korea, and they will be used to supervise the employees in the Sri Lankan factory in future. They will recruit 70 more employees to the factory. That ends local news.
The main news story is brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Sri Lanka Tourism Development Authority said that the tourist arrivals to Sri Lanka for the first 2 weeks of December have crossed the 30,000 mark. Accordingly, it has been recorded the total number of international visitors entering the country to 658,210. The largest tourist traffic generator for December so far has been the Russian Federation. Ranking second is India, and in the third position is the United Kingdom. The other notable markets include Australia, Germany, and the United States. That was Main News.
The main news story was brought to you by Siddhalepa Vedamahatmya.
Watch Life is brought to you by...
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
Dr. Sriyani Samaravira, dermatologist at Lady Ridgeway Children's Hospital, says that it will be increase in some skin diseases with the current cold weather and air pollution. It has been reported that many skin allergies are common. She pointed out that it is essential to keep the skin clean. That was Watchlight.
Let's celebrate Christmas and New Year with CIB, with special gifts, discounts and easy payment schemes available till 31st of December. Come to CIB today.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
We give you the strength to rise higher and higher.
Never step back, but always march forward.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
The headlines of the world news. Bangladesh celebrates 52nd Victory Day. A 5.4 magnitude earthquake hits oil-producing region in US's Texas. 16th India and Nepal joint military exercise commences. Now the world news in detail. Bangladesh celebrated its 52nd Victory Day, known as Bijoy Divas, to mark the liberation from Pakistan in 1971 with enthusiasm and public participation yesterday. The day began with President Hamid and Prime Minister Hasina paying rich tributes to the martyrs of the Liberation War at the National Memorial in Savar and to Bangabandhu Sheikh Mujibur Rahman at his memorial in Dammandi. President Abdul Hamid and Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina witnessed a colourful parade by the Bangladesh Armed Forces at the National Parade Square in Dhaka, while schools, colleges and residential areas celebrated the Bijoy Divas with flag hosting, singing of the national anthem and organising cultural programs. United States authorities said a 5.4 magnitude earthquake struck an oil-producing region of West Texas on yesterday, rattling structures but causing no apparent damage. The U.S. Geological Survey said a much smaller tremor of magnitude 3.3 followed 3 minutes after the first shake. The Midland office of the National Weather Service pointed out this would be the fourth strongest earthquake in Texas state history. The 16th India-Nepal joint military exercise Surya Kiran commenced on yesterday at Nepal Army Battle School Salhajande. An infantry battalion, each from the Indian Army and the Nepali Army, will be training together to enhance interoperability and share experience on counterinsurgency and humanitarian assistance and disaster relief operations. During the exercise, both the armies will familiarize themselves with each other's weapons, equipment, tactics and procedures while operating in counter-insurgency environment, especially in mountainous terrain. That ends World News. Prior to concluding, the headlines of the World News once again. Bangladesh celebrates 52nd Victory Day. A 5.4 magnitude earthquake hits oil-producing region in US's Texas. 16th India and Nepal joint military exercise commences. That ends World News.
World News, brought to you by courtesy of...
Amidst all challenges, we will rally around you and advance.
In the face of hardships, let's stand strong together.
Empowering you to reach greater heights. People's Leasing, the trusted leader.
Development News.
President Ranil Wickremesinghe instructed the officials to take immediate steps to develop the Alla tourist area according to a comprehensive grand plan. The President also informed the officials to prepare the relevant development plan within 4 months together with the Ministry of Tourism, the Ministry of Urban Development and the Ministry of Environment and submit it to him, President's Media Division said. The President issued these instructions during the discussion held with the Ella Businessmen's Association yesterday. That was development news. Moving on to sports news. The 15th match of Lanka Premier League will be played between Dambulla Aura and Galle Gladiators at R. Premadasa Stadium, Colombo. The match will commence at 3 p.m. today. Meanwhile, the third test between Pakistan and England is now being played at Karachi. Pakistan won the toss and decided to bat first. Accordingly, Pakistan has scored 117 runs for 3 wickets a short while ago. That ends sports news.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
Sri Lankan Airlines received an international award for their upcycle waste management project, Mathaka. Project Mathaka won the prestigious Best Aviation Sustainability Program Award at the Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum Global Aviation Awards, beating out 118 other submissions. That's news.
Business News, sponsored by National Savings Bank, the safest place for your money.
The fastest way to earn the highest interest, an interest rate of 22% in 4 months. NSB, the safest place for your money.
Economic news, courtesy of
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking.
The Department of Census and Statistics Sri Lanka has released the estimated gross domestic product at current price and at constant price in 2015 production approach and the other macroeconomic indicators for the third quarter from July 1st to September of 2022. The gross domestic product for Sri Lanka for the third quarter of the year 2022 at current price reported as 6.4 billion rupees. The gross domestic product for Sri Lanka for the third quarter of the year 2022 at constant price 2015 reported as 2,884,018 billion rupees. That ends economic news.
LONC Finance is taking the power of innovation to the next level, winning 5 golds at the Technovation Awards 2022, leading the digital revolution with cutting-edge interbanking digital payments. LONC Finance claims the overall gold award, whilst also claiming an extraordinary victory in digital banking. LONC Finance wins with the next generation digitalization of financial services, delivering a superior customer experience.
Weather report.
The Met Department forecast a showery condition is expected to enhance in the northern, north central, Uva and eastern provinces of the island today onwards. Showers will occur at times in eastern and Uva provinces and in Polonnaruwa, Matale and Hambantota districts. Showers or thundershowers will occur at a few places in western and Sabaragamuwa provinces and in Kandy, Nuwara, Galle and Matara districts during the afternoon or night. That was the weather report. Prior to concluding this bulletin of news, the headlines once again. The Prime Minister says that the government has not reduced social security benefits. Grade 5 scholarship examination will be held tomorrow. The Minister of Public Security orders police to take maximum measures against murders and drug trafficking. The tourist arrival in Sri Lanka crossed 30,000 mark in December. With that, we conclude the news.